Hey everybody, and this is J Train, and I'm here with minikojib,
Greetings.
and we're here to talk about. Well, I know you just watched the second Robin Hood trailer for the first time, but I was thinking this could be, this is really showing us a little bit more in the way the movie's gonna go, and we could just have a discussion about the movie in general. So, having just watched the trailer, what do you think?
I don't like it,
Really?
to put it bluntly. And that's not specifically because of well, yeah, it is kind of. I don't like the way this is going. I'm really tired of all of these really gritty, quote unquote, realistic movies where, like, Robin Hood isn't I mean, he's badass, but he's not the whole, oh, I'm a man and I'm here to get revenge. All
Yeah,
my family were murdered and I don't like that.
he's not the guy that rips a payphone off the hook and then throws it at someone in traffic.
No, he's the kind of guy that will go out of his way to make the Sheriff of Nottingham look like a fool and then rub his face in it and then continue to rub his face in it whilst making witty jokes. Or at least that's how I'd like him to be depicted.
I agree. I think that they're definitely missing the main core of the character, which is that he's a fun character while also remaining a badass. But he's, it's like you said, he's not Wolverine, which is what they seem to be trying to make him. And I am glad though that because when I first saw the trailer, I thought that this was going to be all about Robin Hood in the Holy Land, which, quite frankly, I don't care to see. If it's not Robin Hood in Sherwood Forest, then you've lost my interest.
Yeah. I don't specifically have a problem with Russell Crowe as Robin Hood. In fact, I think I imagine he could probably pull off pull it off rather well. But what I can see is he's kind of just doing the out for revenge, murder, psycho killer again. Well, I say murder, psycho killer. He's just playing the badass again. And as I just said, I don't want Robin Hood to be that. And the other thing that I got from the trailer is that, did you get who the actual villain is? Because
I still don't know. I mean,
we have Mark Strong as. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, they talk about Prince John in the trailer, and I think that one guy in the trailer is supposed to be the sheriff. But, we still don't know like you said, we just don't know which one is going to be the big guy. I mean, is Guy of Gisborne even in this movie?
Well, we have Sir Godfrey, who I presume is Guy of Gisborne. I mean, that's what it says on IMDb. So I'd presume he's the Guy of Gisborne character. Apparently, they've cast a guy as the Sheriff of Nottingham, even though I do not recall him in the trailer. And then we have Prince John, who is far too young, or at least he looks far too young, in my opinion.
Yeah, he looks more like the Robin Hood Men in Tights Prince John.
And yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that Prince John. Just generally, I'm really not very happy about this.
See, that's my thing too. It seems like every incarnation of Robin Hood I've loved. Like, I love Errol Flynn's movie. I love the classic black and white TV show. The Robin Hood Disney movie is still my favorite Disney movie, or at least tied with Fox and the Hound. And I thought the BBC show was really good. Unfortunately, I've only seen like the first season and like the second half of the second season, and I heard it got canceled after that. But that was a really good show.
Oh yeah, the first season was brilliant, although it had a few flaws. The second season was worse, but still okay, and the third season was atrocious. I don't know. There's loads of stuff that's been done, like loads of stuff that's been done with Robin Hood, and I'd really like them to either go back to some of the older stuff, when it is a lot more fun. I mean, you can still have kind of a gritty, realistic thing with a badass going around killing people, but you can still tie that in with humor. I mean, admittedly, it would be kind of dark humor, but you can still make it fun, and this does not look like fun.
No, it looks...
And the other thing is that they're playing Prince John as the big villain again, which I hate for historical reasons, but that's just me.
Honestly, I don't know the history there. Small moral failings, so I can't really complain about that part, but here's what I want to know from this trailer. How much time are we going to spend in the Holy Land, and how much time are we going to spend in Nottingham?
What it looked like to me is it looked like I don't think any of it was in the Holy Land. I think almost all of it takes place in Britain from the looks of things. It looks like a British coastline. Because, I mean, I don't know, I've never been to the Middle East, but it's very gloomy and cloudy on the coast there. So it looks like it's a British coast to me, which could... I don't know, the point is that there's a big fight scene, and Robin Hood shouldn't have big fight scenes. He should have duels, and he should have the whole highwayman, what is it, a penny for your life, or whatever it is.
Your money or your life, yeah.
That's the one, yeah. It should be those two things. He doesn't rally big armies to try and, knock down, to take out,
I understand what you're saying. The whole, the most we've ever seen from Robin Hood is him, like, rallying the peasants, and then they weren't fighting for him. They were, like, supplying him, hiding him, things like that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's a battering ram there, so we can almost guarantee that there's some kind of siege of Nottingham Castle, which is...
And that's what I'm wondering, because I don't know if they intended to do sequels, but to me a Robin Hood franchise is something that as long as you don't kill the sheriff or kill Prince John within the first movie, you could probably kill Guy of Gisborne off in the first movie. There's room for sequels. There's more than enough room to be a trilogy. And it seems like this is, like you said, with that big ending, climactic raid thing, this is probably going to be a standalone film.
Which... I'd like to see a film franchise from Robin Hood. I think that could be a lot of fun. But seeing as they're also handling Prince John in this film, and he seems to be the big villain, then yeah, it must be standalone. I don't think Ridley Scott's ever done more than one, like a trilogy or anything like that. But then again, I wouldn't want to see a trilogy out of this, in all truthfulness.
I don't know. I still have, like... I'm kind of wavering on it right now. I'm not really sure. Is it good? It looks to me like it's going to be more bad than good, but I still have some hopes for it. Like maybe it won't be, just unwatchable.
I mean, oh yeah. I mean, I don't think it'll be unwatchable. It's just not what I want. So, yeah. I mean, my first thoughts are really just me ranting about how much it's not what I want it to be, rather than specifically it being a bad film. Because Ridley Scott, I mean, after, was it Gladiator, and did he do Master and Commander?
I believe he did.
Well, those are fairly, well, they're not specifically, they appeal to a specific kind of movie. I mean, I really liked Gladiator. That's one of my favorite films, but that kind of attitude doesn't work with Robin Hood. Well, it does work, but it's not what I want to see.
I just, you're right. I'm just hoping everything we've seen so far is just action. They need to, if they're going to have any, elements of Robin Hood as we know him, like, because I've heard some people say, well, he could go in as this, this could be the story of how he goes from being, a crazy psycho into being this kind of fun, rogue that lives out in Sherwood Forest. I'm like, I don't want to see the origin story of how he becomes that way. I want to see him screwing with the sheriff already that way.
Hmm. I want the film to open with, him, hijacking some, I don't know, blood. I'm not specifically sure exactly what I want what I want a Robin Hood film to be. That's not specifically what I want to get into right now. It's more that this is not what a Robin Hood film should be. It shouldn't be swayed by the current TV depiction, no, the current film, and the current attitude that is being taken, realistic and gritty and badass and bloody and realistic, and it should stay separate.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're about to run out of time, so I think we've said all that can be said. You?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Peace, everybody.